everybody, and welcome back to Famicom Detective Club. Let us go to the staff room because we want to speak with Habina. I forgot his name already. Silly Sushi. I don't think he's here though. Knowing him, he's never here. So let's speak to... Is he here? Yeah, he's not here. I guess we're gonna speak to the other staff. Yes? What is it? You know where Habino is? For a while there, I thought he was getting better. Well, lately, it looks as though he slipped back into malaise. He seemed to take a turn for the worse right after speaking with you the other day. You should be here any time now. Yeah, I guess I'll just ask you some other stuff. Catch the killer yet? No. The students have certainly been talking their little heads off lately about the girl in back. Those darn ghost stories are all they ever talk about anymore. It's quite unsettling. Irabe's been in and out quite a bit recently. There's a man who's been showing up at the school recently. He seemed to know the principal somehow. I know who you're talking about. It's possible he's an alumnus. He seemed rather vulgar. I saw him only briefly the other day, but I didn't get a very good feeling about him. It has to be Goro. He's been going home early lately. It's very unusual for him. This Hitomi is a detective friend of yours, correct? I don't believe I've ever had that student in any of my classes. I don't know anything about the Kamata case, and I don't know what to tell you. He should be here any time now. I guess we've exhausted the dialogue of this coward. You don't really expect an average Joe like me to believe in all that ghost talk, do ya? No. The way Mr. Habino was acting the other day, it seemed as though he knew something about the Kamata murder. Yes? What is it? I don't know. This is the staff room, yeah. Look at that clock. That clock's evaded us last time. It's been fixed now. Wow. Where's my luck? I'm terribly sorry, but I can't help you on the Kamata case. You ask me about it every time you see me. I can tell it must be something of great importance. Yes, it seems to be tied into a lot of recent events. I see. I'm confident you'll find the connection, detective. You sure shook Mr. Habino up the other day. What did you ask him? Ah, I see. Official detective business, huh? Yep, you know it. What could be keeping Mr. Habino? Who knows? He usually drops by around this time of day. I actually have a commitment presently. I'd go now, but I can't leave the staff room unattended. Feel free to wait here as long as you like, though. Well, isn't that a coincidence? Good day, Mr. Habino. He doesn't look happy to see me. Sushi. Well, I'll be on my way now. Take care, detective. Maybe he'll speak now that there's nobody else in the room? Come to any conclusions yet, detective? No, but I think I'm beginning to understand how big of a connection there may be between these two murders. Well, now he's not gonna say a word. Thanks, dude. The principal is a magnificent person. You know anything about a man who's been coming to see the principal lately? This person is neither a teacher nor a student. Why do you keep talking about the principal as if you were some sort of criminal? Pardon me. You got mad. I don't believe Hitomi was in class today. That's kind of cursed. Ask me about that case one more time and I will frickin' get ya. Could he simply not know anything? It's always a possibility. Mr. Habino, if you know anything about the Kamata incident, I appreciate it if you tell me. Well, actually, there is something I know about it. But I'd rather not talk about it. It brings up such awful memories. I don't think I could ever bear to mention it. What are you, Uchida's son or something? Alright, what are we gonna ask about Yoko again? Girl, I'm back. Could we talk about something else, please? I'm back. By the way, detective, I bumped into Ayumi while I was out. You should feel honored to have such upstanding friends. She asked me to tell you that she got in a hold of Hitomi and that he's waiting for you out by the abandoned school building. She wanted me to tell you to go there right now, dude. Alright. See you later, Habino. Hey, Mambo Jumbo. How you been? Nice work, Hitomi. Hey, have you discovered anything? Maybe. What do you know? That chap you were talking about before? Aye. What's with the way he talks all of the time? Nah, better not even go down that road. Excuse me? The word on the street is that he started showing up around here the day after Yoko thing happened. Really? I've gotten a feeling he's got something to do with the killer. Yeah, me too. See, I know what I'm talking about. I'm more than just one of those Law and Order wannabes. I mean, I trust my gut. Always have and always will. And it tells me this guy's trouble. Why is her character so mean to Hitomi? Huh? You wanna know more about the man? I just told you all I know. I swear Yoko's grave. I swear on Yoko's grave that I, Hitomi Kawai, will avenge thee. Yoko, why did you have to die? I gotta have a smoke. Lightweight. I'm joking. I've never smoked in my life. What even is a cigarette? Hey, check me out. I'm cool. Take that cigarette from him. Hey, what are you doing? You talk so much about doing the right thing and all, but look at you, smoking against the law, and you know that. Yo, actually got him. What would Yoko say if she knew you were smoking? At least Ayumi hasn't seen you. Don't you know girls hate being around smoke? Excuse me? Yo, he's gonna cry. He does not look good right now. Oh, oops. Please don't be vengeful, Hitomi. Please don't be vengeful, Hitomi. Okay, I'm through with smoking. Yo, there's like a booger coming out of his nose. Nasty. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. Look, I'm throwing him away. Come on, Hitomi. Can't you do anything right? Ah! He's gone. Oh man. It's not like I was trying to make him cry or anything. It's starting to get late. What should I do? Return to the office or head to the art room? We have to go to the art room. We're gonna walk with Ayumi. I hope Ayumi's still waiting for me. I like that there are choices in this game. It's Mr. Kamata. Ah, Sushi. Long time no see. Good evening, Mr. Kamata. Has Ayumi stopped by yet? No, I haven't seen her. Excuse me? Excuse? Mr. Kamata, do you know anything about a man Principal Urabe has been meeting with? Why do you always suddenly come to me with such off-the-wall questions? It just doesn't seem to add up. How the principal would be hanging out with a suspicious-looking character. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to say. This man apparently started showing up the day after the Yoko incident occurred. Alright, just making sure. The students seem to be more and more uneasy these days, ever since the Yoko incident happened. The principal sets a wonderful example for the rest of us. A model educator. If I remember anything about the Kamata case, you'll be the first to know, and you know this. Mr. Urbino's been acting strange, as if he knows something. However, it's very touch and go with him. He seems to resent the tale of the girl in back for some reason. Maybe Urbino knew Shinobu? Maybe they were friends. He's a bit young to know anything much about the Kamata affair. Perhaps he was a student here at the time? Yeah, that would make sense. No, now that I think about it, I can't recall any student named Hibino ever going to Ushimitsu. Maybe Shinobu is his relative, like they're cousins. Maybe I forgot about him though. I assume that's what you're thinking, most likely. I'm not sure what to tell you about the Kamata case. Speaking of that case though, Goro had supposedly seen a black car. A black car from 15 years ago, eh? That's interesting. How do you think anybody's gonna help you find that out? What, or is there only one black car in this whole town? This is the art room. Do you know anything about it? Do you own the black car? Oh, it's probably nothing. You have to tell me. Excuse me. Where are you going? I have to go to the restroom. What if he left? He ditched us. I'm being watched. Oh, come on. It's got to just be my nerves again. There's nobody anywhere nearby. What's making me so jumpy lately? I think I'm starting to get those chilly feelings Ayumi keeps talking about. I don't like it. Yep. Well, I mean, like, what do I do now? Whoops. Mr. Kamata isn't here right now. Check the windows? Come on, that's got nothing to do with the case. But you don't know. You don't know what's watching us. Is it just my imagination, or is that portrait staring straight at me? Wait a second. Did that painting move? Oh, come on. Now I know my eyes are playing tricks on me. What the hell? Sushi, what were you staring at just now? That sketch. It's a spitting image of Yoko. That's exactly how she looked that one day in the mirror. What's all this commotion? Mr. Kamata, when was that? God, I'm mixing everything up. Mr. Kamata, when was that portrait of Yoko sketched? Sushi. That isn't Yoko. It was given to me many years ago. A gift from a former graduate. The portrait was one of her old friends. Oh my, that's Shinobu. Sushi, that's Shinobu Asakawa. I think an interview with the artist would be well worth your time. Definitely. What did you say her name was? Miss Hayama. No, I'm joking. What's going on? Is it cutscene time? Oh, we're doing it. This is the home of Ryoko Katsuragi, a former friend of Shinobu's. It's a pleasure to meet you. Please call me Ryoko. Pleased to meet you, Ryoko. I'm Detective Sushi-san. Mr. Kamata told me about you. He said you wanted to know about that portrait of Shinobu I sketched. Well, I do want to know. I really do. But let's ask about Shinobu. She was a friend of mine back in high school. I was devastated when I heard she'd gone missing. When I graduated, I gave the portrait to the school in her memory. In the final months I knew her, she had really started to change quite drastically. She seemed a lot more flashy and loud than she had ever been before. It probably had something to do with Goro. If only she hadn't gotten involved with him, none of this might have ever happened. I tried to be a good friend to her, but she chose her own path. I was never especially fond of him. And what path did she choose? Well, Shinobu's disappearance has to be what started all those ghost stories. I've never given up hope that she might still be alive today. Which is why I was so startled a few weeks ago. If I remember correctly, it happened exactly 2 weeks ago. That night, I heard someone knocking at the door. Thinking it was my husband, I casually opened it, and there Shinobu was, standing right there in front of me. She hadn't changed a bit in 15 years. I was so shocked, I couldn't manage to utter a single word. She then started to speak, which was the strangest part. She introduced herself as Yoko Kojima, a student at Ushimitsu High School. So Yoko must have managed to follow the trail all the way here. But why is everybody confusing her for Shinobu? As she interviewed me, I couldn't help but notice how much she reminded me of Shinobu. It wasn't just her looks. Her mannerisms and style of speech seemed exactly like Shinobu's. As she got up to return home, she left me with these words. I have reason to believe Shinobu is still somewhere within Ushimitsu High School. There's no doubt in my mind. What could that mean? Yes, that's her alright. Although she seems so different here than how she seemed when I saw her. The whole experience left me with such an uncomfortable feeling. The resemblance was uncanny though. I'll never forget it. If Yoko was indeed murdered, then I wonder if the killer had thought the same thing I did. I've told you all I know. Is there something on your mind? I'll let you know if I recall anything more. Hey, I wonder if Ryoko ever knew Mr. Hibino when he was young. They seem like they're just about the same age. Back when you went to Ushimitsu, you didn't happen to have any classmates named Habino, did you? Habino? I'm sorry, but I don't think I ever knew anyone by that name. That's alright. One thing does come to mind, though. Shinobu was best friends with a boy all throughout junior high. What was his name? Oh yes, his last name was Uchida. Uchida? Yes, he went to school with us at Ushimitsu for a while. The main suspect in the Kamata case was a man named Uchida. Really? The Uchida boy we knew was just a boy at the time. It couldn't have been him. Come to think of it, wasn't it around that time that he moved away? Yo, Habino must be Uchida's son, and then he changed his last name. I apologize, but my husband will be home shortly. I'll let you know if I remember anything else relevant. Yes, please. Well, let's go back to the detective agency. Thank you for your time. I'll be on my way now. I'll try my best to cooperate in any way I can. But detective, when Yoko said she thought Shinobu was still somewhere in the school, what could that even mean? This is a Utsugi Detective Agency, and I also think this is a good stopping point for this episode. So I will catch you all later, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.